the man behind the mirror. There we go. Welcome to Pro Wrestling Throwdown and the return of Tales from the Turnbuckle. I am Luke, the Big Dog Williams. With me, as always, for Tales from the Turnbuckle is Mighty Maximus Fury, the in-studio producer and lifelong Menudo fan. We're here.
But you got a problem with Menudo?
I got no problem with Menudo. We're here today to talk about something that is hits home with Pro Wrestling Throwdown. And Max, why don't you introduce people what we're going to be talking about?
Today we are trying to help bring awareness to specifically childhood cancer, to the fight against cancer in general. We're going to talk about Connor.
Yes,
and,
Connor the
Connor's
Crusher.
cure, and how you can help bring awareness and how you can help the fight against cancer. What you can do. We're going to try to help you understand a few things about those going through cancer of different sorts. It's very, very personal to me specifically, but we're going to get into that here in a little bit.
We're going to touch. You touched a little bit on Connor, the Crusher, so to speak. Connor the Crusher was a WWE superfan.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel Bryan specifically superfan, who through the Make-A-Wish Foundation was able to meet his favorite wrestler,
Yes.
Daniel Bryan, which was on Daniel Bryan's biggest push of his career into going into winning the World Championship for the first time, and which Connor was at ringside to watch Daniel Bryan win the World Heavyweight Championship. He also is one of the only people in professional wrestling to hold a win over Triple H clean. There's video of Connor beating Triple H and being counted out. There's a lot of videos on Connor on WWE.com. Of course, Connor, shortly after witnessing Daniel Bryan win the World Heavyweight title, passed away and was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame as the first recipient of the Warrior Award, which only 4 people in the history of professional wrestling are a member of that elite award through the Hall of Fame, with Connor being the first, which obviously through the V Foundation and WWE, they come up with what's called Connor's Cure. WWE every year makes contributions to a lot of different cancer organizations. Connor's Cure, Susan B. Komen, a lot of those.
Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Make-A-Wish Foundation.
There's a lot.
There's a lot. Era, we were going to talk about Connor due to the fact that it's kind of the introduction into professional wrestling fans of this specific kind of cancer. It was very publicized when Connor passed. Very publicized when Connor received the Warrior Award. But what exactly is the form of cancer that he had?
Well, there's what a lot of people might not realize and understand is that there are several different kinds of cancer. Just because someone says they've got cancer, there could be a lot of different things going on. Connor specifically, I know that he had brain cancer and a form of bone cancer. He wound up having phase syndrome, which is I believe a skin
skin disorder
of some sort.
Yes,
but he had a brain tumor. It's called a medulloblastoma, based at the base of your cerebellum in the back of your head, and it progressed to through to his spine, and it severely worked. But I'm sorry, this is difficult for me. The brain tumor that he had was actually the exact same tumor that I had.
Right.
When I was a kid at about the same age. And it affects all parts of your body. Anything from around your cerebellum area, that controls everything.
Right.
And he's lucky to have made it as long as he did, given how much it had progressed for him.
Well, they had given him the radiation and the chemotherapy. They had given him so much that he was
He
he had
had
ran out of what his body could take at his
Yeah,
age.
he had. I think I'd read he had like 2 times
Yeah,
what you should have in your lifetime, which is that for me that's really hard to think about. I myself had about a year's worth of both radiation and chemotherapy, and I still have issues from that today, and that's one of the things that I want to bring awareness to is not just how you can help donate to different organizations and help the fight against cancer, but also bringing awareness to that you never fully recover, even
right.
when you do, and your cancer's gone. the the medicines that they use, chemotherapy and radiation, they're poisons,
Yes,
and they attack not just the bad stuff in your body, but the good stuff as well. And so even when you are cured, it you still it's still with you for the rest of your life,
right,
and you still have problems. I actually have a lot more issues as an adult than I did as a kid,
right, right.
which is it's odd. I don't know, but just something I wanted to bring awareness to.
Well, where is a couple places here that you can look into?
Well, this is actually one of my favorites. Is the Relay for Life,
Okay,
the American
Cancer
Cancer
Society.
Society,
Yeah.
where they you get sponsors and you do laps around a track, and they pay, and for each lap they pay certain amounts, and that's how it works, and that's all donated to the fight against cancer.
Also, after the pandemic, there was also a Relay for Life where
Indoors,
you
yes.
could do it indoor as well.
That's I used to go to a lot as a kid. I haven't actually been to one in a few years, but it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, yeah. It's very very inclusive, I should say, to people who can't get out of the house, who can't, or
Yeah.
who can't run that kind of a marathon or that kind of a walk
Well,
that
it's
they could do by themselves as well, from what I
yes,
understand,
and it's just
at
a
their leisure.
yes, it's at your leisure. You can walk, you can run, you can do whatever you want. They always have a big presentation at the beginning where they ask people survivors
Uh,
to lead the opening lap, which I've actually done myself a couple of times.
right on.
Which is if you've been ever been a part of something like that, it's tear jerking.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously.
It's one of my favorite things to help support. One of the best ways to that you can help support. If you want information on that, Relay for Life is at acsevents.org. That's
Right on.
acsevents.org.
Well, that's awesome. We got a couple more here on here.
Mm-hmm.
What about the Ronald McDonald House?
The Ronald McDonald House. If you don't know what it is, the Ronald McDonald House helps house people and families that closer to the hospital, so they don't
Right.
have to make so many trips. At one point, I was receiving treatments weekly, and to drive from Southern Illinois to St. Louis constantly is a pain.
Yeah.
So we stayed. It's basically like a hotel.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah. Yeah.
stay in. They have a game room for all the kids. Everything's free. They uh, free meals and everything. They literally they house you when we were 2 blocks from the hospital, so you can get your treatment.
And Ronald McDonald House is known for the soda tabs, correct?
The what?
The soda tabs. Like you turn in the soda tabs, and for so many soda tabs you turn in school, they would donate so much money
I
to the
don't
Ronald
know
McDonald
if
House.
they still do that.
When I was a kid, they
I
did.
know that you can always donate through McDonald's. Always has theirs. Um, Ronald McDonald House is, you can find information on that at rmhc.org, where you
rmhc.org.
can donate as well. That's another one of my favorites because they personally helped me
Right, right.
while we stayed there. It was actually really cool. There's always other people, other families staying in. It's like a group, kind of like a group home.
Right.
Open kitchen, giant living room. Everybody hangs out. Game room for the kids. Just play the cool arcade games in there.
Nice. Do we have any other ones we want to bring to light, donation wise or information wise? Is there
Well, there's always St. Jude's, stjudes.org.
Children's Hospital? Yes.
It was great. I would personally like to give a shout out to Cardinal Glennon's Children's Hospital in St. Louis. That's where I went. That's where I was treated. And they are some of the best in the world.
That's awesome. What is it? Shriners?
Shriners is another one.
Yes. Yeah. Which everyone knows the Shriners. Those little buggy cars and stuff. I always like to watch those in the parades and stuff. Anywhere else? Do we have anything else here? Make a Wish.
We cover Make a Wish Foundation?
No. Yeah. We'll cover it again though.
Wish.org.
Wish.org.
You can go there. They helped me. Actually, do we have that other picture? The main card that I made?
Yeah, we can go back. Yep. Here we go.
Right here. I would like to point out, if you zoom in real close, I should have made this bigger. Down here in what would be the bottom left corner.
Yes.
There's a little kid, you see, with the pirate. They're painted up like looking like a pirate. That is actually me.
Oh, okay.
That's a young Max, about 6, maybe 7 years old. I chose through the Make-A-Wish Foundation to go to Disney World. That was at SeaWorld, right outside the big giant take with Shamu and everything.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And I don't know. This is kind of for me a little bit. This is all very heartwarming for me.
Hey, that's what Tales from the Turnbuckle is all about. Also, remember that Tales from the Turnbuckle will return this weekend as well. You'll get 2 videos this weekend.
Yeah.
This one, of course, and then you will get the wrestling movies, where we'll sit down and discuss some of our favorite wrestling movies.
And then you'll find out what our next one will be after that.
Yep. So,
and don't forget to tune in every Sunday around 5:30ish p.m. Pro Wrestling, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Throwdown. Live. Or you can go
be sure to become a subscriber so that way that you can get in the chat.
That's right. I think we forget to remind people of that a lot.
Yes.
If you want to join the chat, you have to subscribe.
Also, would like to give a shout out one more time to all the different organizations, if you want to read them off for me.
Yes, the Connor's Cure Foundation, formed by WWE and the V Foundation. Relay for Life, acsevents.org. Make-A-Wish Foundation, wish.org. Ronald McDonald House, rmhc.org. St. Jude's, stjudes.org. And a personal shout out to Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital in St. Louis.
Also, I would like to give the rec of the week is to get educated. Check out some of these organizations. See what you can do to help.
If you know or are close to someone that has cancer, that's currently going through it or has gone through it, I encourage you to please reach out to them. To ask them questions. They can educate you. Get them to talk. Sometimes it's better for us and helps us to talk about it.
All right. We shall see you Sunday, 5:30ish on youtube.com/Pro Wrestling Throwdown. We'll also see you again for Tales of the Turnbuckle that will drop probably after the podcast tomorrow.
But I don't know. You might be watching this like 5 years from now.
And if so, go back and watch it because it was a good episode and all of them were great from this one on.
That's right.
So
we can see the future.
As for the Mighty Max Fury, I am the Big Dog Luke Williams, and as always, keep it in the ring.